Zerbi is coming to Spurs. It's been reported all over social media, and today we'll be going over 3 pros and 3 cons of him actually coming to the club. By the way, if you are a Spurs fan, don't forget to subscribe. I'm just trying to grow this channel, and that would help a ton. So, first of all, we're going to be looking at the pros, and the first one, the major thing is, one of the things that Igor Tudor was lacking is that he has had Premier League experience. He's managed it in England with Brighton, and he's actually also done pretty well with them. Here is the league table of when he finished his first season with Brighton. He did take over midway through the season, obviously taking over from Graham Potter. As you guys can see here, Brighton got their highest ever Premier League finish at the time with Zerbi, finished in 6th, qualified for Europe, did very, very well, and it proves that in England, he does know what he's doing. Brighton also did manage to get into an FA Cup semi-final where they did fall to defeat against Manchester United. But the point is, this proves that Zerbi, he's good in the Premier League, he can do well in cups, and that is essential for Spurs. Obviously, at the moment, we do have bigger issues, obviously, with that being the relegation battle at this point in time. But the point is, the fact that he knows what he's doing in England will certainly help a lot. And the second thing that is really, really good with Zerbi is the fact that he plays an attractive style of football. This can also turn into a con, which we will look at later on. But the point is, from a fan point of view and from a football point of view, his football generally with a 4-2-3-1 formation. Some of you guys probably seen it on Saturday's Social on Sky Sports, but it is attractive. It generates lots of chances, high XG. It's fun to watch, very possession style. And so, you know, if you keep the ball, if you're playing fun football, fans are probably going to like it. And the chances are, if the players are enjoying it, they'll play better. And obviously, as we have seen, he has done well at certain clubs in the past. Obviously, he has also had bad stints. For example, his last bit of the stint at Marseille. But the point is, he plays fun football. It's very possession-based. And that could really help Tottenham a lot. And the third thing, which is also good about Zerbi coming to the club, is that from a pure football perspective, he probably is, in my opinion, technically the best candidate from a pure football perspective. Obviously, there have been lots of names ranging from Sean Dyche to Ryan Mason, all the way to Adi Hutter as well. Obviously, some outliers as well, such as Tim Sherwood, Ben Davies, player manager, for example, perhaps, and also Harry Redknapp. But the point is, from a pure football perspective, I do think he probably is technically the best manager out of the candidates that we have had. Obviously, Sean Dyche, yes, he would be good in a relegation battle. He's done it before. He knows what he's doing. But his football isn't as good as Zerbi's, really. Also, Adi Hutter, never managed in the Premier League. Could be a big liability. Could be a risk going for Adi Hutter. Seeing as he never managed in the Premier League, that was a main thing with Igor Tudor that did certainly go wrong and put some fans off Igor Tudor immediately. Obviously, also, there was the mentioning of Ryan Mason. He recently didn't have a very good spell at West Brom, got sacked with the club in the relegation zone. Obviously, Ryan Mason does know Spurs inside out, which is fantastic. Love the guy. But maybe from a pure football coaching perspective, Zerbi is better at that at the moment in time. And so, those are 3 reasons as to why he could be good at Spurs. And now I think it is certainly important to look at the things that could go wrong, and there are things that certainly could go wrong. And obviously, the first thing is that his tactics. Obviously, he is a very tactically based manager. He's good at that, but they will take time to implement. They just will. Obviously, the attacking style of football, the possession based, the 4-2-3-1. It will take time to implement. And the fact is, we only have 7 games left in this season, and you have to ask yourself, is he going to be able to get these players playing the way that he wants for the club quick enough to be able to save us from relegation? If he can do that, brilliant. Thank you very, very much. But there is this bit of me that's saying, well, there are only 7 games left. And even if it takes him, 3 games, then the last 4 games, they're not easy at all. And obviously, you could say, well, he might be able to get them going straight away. Then if so, brilliant. But there is obviously a decent chance that this will take a while, and if it's not quick enough, it could be catastrophic. That is just a fact. And also, another thing which we do need to mention is obviously the fact that even though he may be good from a pure footballing perspective, the fact is, he is known for having a fiery personality. He has had fallouts with players and owners in the past. For example, at Marseille, one of the reasons he did get sacked was obviously after a 3-0 defeat to Club Brugge, a 5-0 defeat to rivals Paris. he was having fallouts with players and the owners weren't happy with him, and he can get red hot. Like, he can be angry with players, and if that does happen, especially with where the club is now, this close to relegation, if there is a fallout, there is no coming back. We are so close to the end of the season. If something happens between him and the players, him and the board, it will be a disaster. There is no getting around this. And obviously, just because it happened at Marseille, it doesn't mean it will happen at Spurs, but there is definitely a chance. I mean, he is known to have this red-hot character, great to be competitive and all that, but if he's having fallouts with players and owners and board and people in charge, this will be catastrophic if this does happen at Spurs, and that is simply a fact. And also, another thing which we do need to come on to, which is an issue with Zerbi, but also an issue with the people running the club, is the fact that they are planning on giving him a 5-year contract. That is what David Ornstein has reported. Obviously, Tottenham Tears as well, the X channel, but a 5-year contract and giving him one of the most high salaries in the Premier League. I don't think this board understands how big of a risk this is. They've already mucked up in the past with managers, and giving him a 5-year contract could be good if he does well. If he keeps us up, brilliant. Then keep him going. Obviously, we do ideally want Poch. That is fair enough. But if he does do well, they are going to give him the money. It has been reported that we will get a good team, and hopefully he can build us up from there. But if this doesn't go well, if it doesn't go according to plan, they have gone all in. They're basically saying, we're going to get you in and we're going to give you this really lucrative, high salary, 5-year contract at Tottenham, who is traditionally a Big Six club. But if it doesn't go well and we end up sacking him, that is a massive payout we are paying, an absolutely massive payout. And who's going to want to come to Spurs if we're in the Championship after this? It's a massive risk we are taking here, giving him this 5-year contract, a massive salary. We've already mucked up with Ange, with Thomas Frank, with Igor Tudor. Don't even get me started on all the managers before that, Antonio Conte, Jose. Don't even get me started on that. But the point is, if this does go wrong, we are done for. Like, it is a massive issue. And obviously, there are things that can go well. 100%. 100%. His football is attractive. He knows what he's doing. He's got a good track record in England. He knows what he's doing. 100%. Brilliant. But there are massive risks being taken here. And as a fan, I am worried. And I have seen online that Spurs fans don't want him in. Completely fair enough. I understand why. I'm making a pros and cons video. There are reasons why I do want him in, and there are reasons why I don't want him in. And I've precisely just laid that out here. And to be honest, as fans, all we can do is continue supporting the club. All we can do is continue supporting as much as we possibly can and do as much as we can as fans to try and give them all the backing we need. Obviously, the players are getting hundreds of £1,000s a week. They shouldn't need this, right? They shouldn't need this. But we're doing it anyway because we love the club. We want us to do well. We've got to get behind this team. And of course, this is what we have been doing. And it is a huge risk giving him this massive contract, if this is the contract he ends up getting, seeing as it has been reported. But hopefully his good style of football, hopefully this can all go well, hopefully his good track record can prove at Tottenham, hopefully no bust-ups with the players, with the board, hopefully everything can go smooth, and we just need to keep supporting the club as we have been, because I think we will stay up. And I'll leave you guys with that. If you do enjoy, do remember to like and subscribe. And as always, come on you Spurs.